Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a blessed Monday. This is Go to the Street. It's a Monday morning. SNS, what's up, brother? And why we do this? So for most of you guys that don't know, today is an extension of the homeless donation drive for the veterans, which will be the sock drive, care packs, and we already raised, I think we're at $75 right now. So it'll be running till July 5th. And anybody wants to donate, just donate if you want. If not, either way, we're still gonna make everything happen what we got. So I got a little bit of information I want to share with you guys. I hope you're having a great day. And I guess this is one of the reasons why we do it. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. And let's watch this video.
I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm raising a family. I can't afford too much, so I need help. I'm not embarrassed to say I need help. I didn't want to get out. I wanted to stay in, and I had no choice but to get out.
So as of January 2024, 32,882 veterans are experiencing homelessness in the USA. Now you say to yourself, how could that happen? I mean, the best military in the world, the best country in the world. Why would these veterans be, homeless? And where's the resources? Well, some people, man, it's tough for some people after they get done serving in, the mental game, a lot of things, man. So some people have some problems, and some people becoming homeless becomes overwhelming. But we're not going to forget them, and we're going to always try to do whatever we can to support them. Rabbits, good morning. Yep, you're right, brother.
My name is Sergeant Albert Gonzo Gonzalez. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, born and raised here. My dad.
This should never go on anywhere in the United States, but unfortunately, this is where we're at. So, salute to all the soldiers out there, and hope we could do better for these veterans.
Part of the Vietnam War, he kind of like gave me the encouragement to get in. I went in, and my older brother, went in the army also. So, we come from a military background. I went in for 3 years and got out, figured out if that's what I really wanted for the rest of my life. Stayed out 9 months and got back in, and then I got hurt. I loved it. It was like an experience that I wouldn't have had out here. I toured. I've been to Germany. I've been to different places, and I loved it where I was at. I loved the job I had, infantry.
And most of these people go back tomorrow, man, if they could. They did that for, their country. They put their love of country before their other interests, man.
The first time out, I went in Iraq, and then I got hurt. And that was the only diploma I had because I was hurt. I've been through 3 back surgeries, 2 knee surgeries. Uncle Sam said, we can no longer use you. So they took care of me medically. They took care of me. It's something that's real tender. Because I've lost a couple of friends, and that's something that we talk with other veterans about. Because nobody has the language, understands the veterans of how we feel deep inside. You lost a brother, a sister, and it's a totally different experience. I didn't want to get out. I wanted to stay in, and I had no choice but to get out. So that's an experience that other veterans probably feel the same way that love their job and love to go out and protect their country. And that's what I tried doing. So I got hurt in the process.
And another thing too, I mean, not only like, like SNS was saying, a lot of these guys, man, they give their all and then they just, get lost after that, man. That's all they know. And then sometimes they come back and they don't have the right resources, man. And they just sometimes feel like they're forgotten about. And a lot of homeless vets, it's a shame because they shouldn't be homeless. So this little drive I'm doing, man, for the homeless, the socks, whatever little care packs we can get together for them, which I'll be dropping off on July 5th. I mean, it's the least I could do, especially for everything they've done for us. Because without us and these soldiers, man, we wouldn't be enjoying freedom the way we do. Facts.
Okay. Yes.
I'm Sergio Dickerson. I'm the president and CEO of the American GI Forum National Veterans Outreach Program. The stand down is
Like I don't know too much about this program and what they do, but from what I hear, they do a lot. And this guy, so we'll see. Let's see what he's talking about because anybody's helping these veterans, man, is a blessing.
typically an event, it's a military term that stands for taking a break from the action, taking a pause, refitting, rearming, eating, relaxing. But we have copied that term for veterans also, as it is appropriate. And so for a stand down event for veterans, it's usually for underserved veterans or homeless veterans that come together in a community-wide setting where all services are provided to those veterans.
Why are these veterans homeless? I mean, I understand the mental part of it, but I gotta agree with SNS, man. A lot of these people feel betrayed and like they've been abandoned. So the least we could do is try to, put a care pack and some socks together. It's the most number one requested item. You have to say to yourself, with the U.S. government as strong as they are, and the best military in the world, how can we forget these veterans? I don't know, man, but I do know one thing. I do know that it shouldn't be going on. I mean, I still believe that there's other things that go on with veterans. Certain people doing things to themselves that you know is because of depression and a lot of things that have unraveled in their lives that it's sometimes a little bit too much to bear. And maybe if the resources were there, maybe if us as a people would be more accepting and more understanding, maybe we'd be able to help these people a little bit better. But what do I know? I know is I'm here to support, raise money for the homeless vets. And with your guys' help and support, every little bit counts.
They allow the community to see that the veterans that they serve, and it allows
Barbie,
the veterans to see the communities that are serving them. Veterans
that's what's up.
are homeless for many of the same reasons non-veterans are homeless. Divorce, tragedy in their life, mental health issues. But let me just approach it from a different direction. When veterans
Now, you guys tell me what you think, what he says here. I think he's right.
leave the military, in many cases, they are also homeless. They don't have a home, they don't have a job, and many of the younger veterans have no income. So a lot of times that transition that occurs from military life to civilian life is not well orchestrated. Mental health is a big one.
Mental health is the biggest. And to be honest, it's a shame that some people really believe in this day and age, 2025, that mental health is something that should be suppressed or not talked about. It's change the subject. But that's the reason why a lot of people are messed up. They need to talk about things and it's hard. So we as a whole need to be more understanding, and maybe we can be more encouraging to loved ones that we know that are vets to maybe seek out something, or maybe we can even offer whatever. And doing this little drive is going to help a lot.
A lot of veterans, particularly those that have done multiple combat tours, they have mental health issues that are unresolved. As you can imagine, if homelessness is a problem,
Awesome.
then the last thing you worry about is mental health. You worry about shelter, you worry about food, you worry about a job. And mental health, especially if you don't have medical benefits, is not a cost that trumps the other ones that they need more urgently.
The most difficult part was finding the help. All the help we got now, we didn't have back then.
See, they didn't have the help back then, the resources. So therefore, a lot of people, you know, were not able to get help, and a lot of lost soldiers, man, because they couldn't get adequate help, and it was overwhelming for them. You know, we pray for them and their families too.
You know, it was just, everything was just getting started, so everything was real confusing. Where to go for help, who can help us, you know, things of that nature. So it was like, you know, I mean, you're lost to begin with, and then it didn't make the situation any better.
I think what we don't have are programs, enough programs within the community. The idea is the VA is handling that, but in some cases, the veteran may not have the services through the VA to get.
And that's exactly it. You know, the VA. Well, guess what? Some people don't feel like that the VA's helped them. Some people don't think that they've got all the resources from the VA. I mean, shoot, why is the number one requested item for homeless veteran socks? You know, most homeless people, socks are what they need, you know, and that requested item, you know, even us, the little bit that we're doing could really, could help a lot, man. I mean, these people need it, and that's what we're doing, and that's why I do what I do. And we just keep moving forward. You know, it's about paying it forward and recognizing veterans and understanding, letting them know that we support them. We have their back. You know, it's okay to feel a certain way. You know, we're not going to judge you. We're not going to do anything. We're going to sit here and, you know, but the mental health thing too, some people can't even go and get the treatment because of the stigma around it. That's, you know, it's confusing to some.
Mental health. So they may need to rely on the community. And the community does not have free programs for veterans that have mental health issues. So more of those programs are needed.
Right now, the biggest issue is it's financial.
Yeah.
Because us veterans don't get what we need and we deserve. We're put on the back.
You know, the thing too with the VA, I'll say from my father, who was a veteran, they're different now, but when my father was sick, they didn't have the adequate treatment. They didn't have the adequate response. I don't think that the care was the same. I think that it was very minimal at best. And I believe that a lot of people suffered because of that, you know? I mean, like Kingston said, what's up, Kingston? The VA hospitals, man, is, you know, we should do better for our veterans, man. I mean, they keep us safe. You know, they don't ask questions. They go to war. Barbie said something about I think it was something about the Iran deal, you know, the vets getting, you know. I think that might mess some people up. You know, it could go both ways with that. But at the end of the day, what I've learned about our vets, man, you know, even vets who are going through a bad situation, they all love the U.S., man. They all still would fight tomorrow. They would still go back and do whatever they had to do to help their country and do it all over again. You know, that's selflessness, man. That's just, they say soldiers, they say a man, whatever you want to call it, woman, man, whoever. You serve this country, you should be proud, and we should applaud you and support you through all your times in the service, out of the service, and especially during the medical situation.
Back burner until everything else gets taken care of, which I don't like.
Chris, what's up,
A lot
girl?
of veterans are dying because of what they're refusing us. I was diagnosed cancer, liver cancer, you know, and they're trying their best
Yeah, man.
to keep me alive. I'm raising a
Oh, good
family.
morning, sir.
I can't afford too much, you know, so I need help. I'm not a
Thank you.
person to say
Naomi,
I
hello.
need
Hope you're having a blessed day.
I need help in general, altogether.
Morning.
I need help, you know, because I don't get paid enough to pay for my medical bills and medical expenses, you know, and that's what help means to me. I'm not trying to get rich, what I'm trying to do is just get the help that I deserve and that I need. Because, you know, I know this cancer is going to spread.
Yes.
I don't know how long
Sorry to
it's
hear
going to
that,
take,
bro.
but whatever they do, you know, I need help.
There's a lot of gap funding that is needed for things that the grants don't cover.
Now, just listen to this part right here, because I actually, when I was looking through this earlier, I heard this part, so I'm going to let him speak, and you tell me what you think about this, because some of this is confusing to me, because I feel like a soldier should get whatever they need, whatever at their disposal, we should be able to give them. But listen to this. And this show is for education and entertainment purposes only.
So always the donations are important for those causes.
Speaking of donations, at the bottom of the screen, you see the Cash App. We're at $75. And we're going to raise as much as we can till the 5th of July and take care of. Hold on. I thought I had it ready. Hold up. We're still $75, people. I'll tell you what, not for nothing, man. You know, I believe that President Trump was one of the reasons, you know, when he came in talking about the vets. I believe that's one of the reasons why the veteran was revamped, the veterans hospitals and everything, the VA. Exactly. And you know, Mike, I'll tell you what, my father, you know, who came from Italy and didn't even ask a question and wanted to support this country and this situation. And he could have been in Vietnam. You know, he was stationed ready to go. Thank God he didn't have to go. But the stories even my father told me about the military. But every guy you know in the military, man, they don't just, it's unselfish, man. These guys they're putting other people ahead of themselves. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm raising this little bit of money in socks. I mean, you guys could see that I, you know, dropped off stuff years ago. And you could see where it was at. I think it was up on the thumbnail. But, you know, most people don't take the time and they don't care. But there we go. This right here, let me see. This right here is the veterans house where I'll be taking all the stuff to. You can see a box right there full of socks. That's where I'll be going. And they serve everything. Look. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. And they really care about people who had served. I mean, they give them their heart. You know, it's the least. When you go down there to this place where I'm going to drop the stuff off, they don't ask, you know, anything other than, how can we help you? And that's why I think we need to do more.
I think important also is that the community take an active role in what I've stated earlier, the mental health programs. More of those mental health programs need to be available for veterans. Also, there needs to be a concerted effort transitioning veterans from.
That's the biggest problem, acclimating veterans back from war and service to civilian life. There's a lot more we could do, but look at this, man. Even just the people out for this thing is just, you know, I think one thing as a country, when we're tested, we always come together.
From active service into civilian service, because that is a traumatic event for a veteran to leave the military and go into civilian service. If you can imagine, they haven't been in civilian service for 4, sometimes 20, 30 years in my case. And so when you get into civilian service, that can be a whole new animal that you're just not familiar with. Getting after this early on in a service member's life.
You heard that other guy said he would go right back and serve again. I mean, that's the truth.
Life after they transition out of the military is important. And I've seen huge successes in that regard. The good thing about it is you spend a lot less money doing it up front than you do as an afterthought after they become homeless. I'm a veteran and they are my brothers and sisters. So for me, it's like taking care of my family.
And that's exactly the point. They're like family, and that's why they go to war, because they feel like they're protecting family. And I wouldn't say us, because a lot of us try to help and do what we can do, but for the majority of the government and the programs, I don't think have been well stirred for the veteran community.
And to see them succeed in life, to see them being part of the community is what they want. They want to be a part of a team. That's what they were in the military.
Fact.
They want to be part of the city team. They want to be a part of the community team. So seeing them succeed for me is absolutely a home run.
Right?
It's a joy in my life.
I would encourage all veterans to act on what is given to us, because nothing
Exactly right,
that we
Mike.
get is a hand me down. A lot of veterans think, no, I'm not going to go because I don't believe in hand me downs. No, you deserve it. You worked hard for it.
Hey, Mike Ball said it right. The left only wants to do that when it's right. What are you doing, honey? You're not going outside yet. Calm down, all right? They're boys. Give me a minute, all right? Give me a second. I'm almost done, all right? Relax. What? Not right this second. Wait a minute, okay? Go out there, shut the door, and I'll be out in a minute. Man,
Everything that everybody, the city does for the veterans, take advantage of it.
Okay.
There's no telling when.
She wants to worry about going outside. It's funny too, Mike, because I always say, man, I was, baby shark. I'll say this right here, brother. Like, it's funny to see people talk shit, run their mouth. But, when, I'm a lot of guys I'm around, they'd say, oh, yeah, cops, F them, F them. Every time my dad had a situation, if I wasn't here, man, whoever, they were here helping my father. People got to understand that there's a difference, man. You don't have to like cops and think whatever you want or have this stigma behind it. But, respect is the thing that you should always have, no matter who you're talking to. So to me, to F the police, no, I don't have that sentiment. I think a lot of cops are, have some things with them. And I think there's a lot of good ones that definitely have helped. But Mike's right, man. Every time that, the left has a problem, it's always, calling the right. Or then they love the right, but they don't want to acknowledge the right any other time. That's definitely true, and that's fact. For real.
This is going to stop, but I encourage every veteran to go out there and.
Well, what's up? Hold on. Sorry, guys. That's my son. Yeah, there are bad apples in every crew, and it's the truth. But Kingston, like, let me tell you something about
get
me.
what you can, fight for what you want. Don't give up,
because anything
because a veteran never gives up. A veteran fights.
If it's on the right
to the
page and
very end.
everybody's
I
thinking,
encourage all you veterans to join in and.
Oh, you have to do this because this is the way it is, brother. Nah, man. I do what I want, and I do respect, and I treat everybody with respect. I don't just follow another man's lead or follow some dude's lead or whatever people are saying because that's the stigma and that's what bikers do. Nah, man. Do your own thing. That's what always made me different, man. I blaze my own trail. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I know it all, but I do what I want to do in regards to life respectfully towards other though. I don't ever come out with disrespect. I don't treat people and all the guys who do and people who do on the internet, they're just a bunch of clowns. Because I tell you, it's easier to go negative than to be positive. So at the end of the day, this little drive I'm doing, hopefully the last time I dropped off like 300 pairs of socks. I'm at $75 now. I don't know what we're going to get to, but I know that a lot of time and effort has been put into this, and whatever we have, I'll be thankful. Whatever we give, I'll be thankful. Anything is better than nothing.
Get involved in all of this. You know, GI Forum has this every year, and it is great. It's a lot of help, and I love
Exactly.
it. I love it. I go to these events, whatever they have for the veterans. I try to be there if my health allows me. But I encourage all veterans to step up and step out. Soldiers Angels have been there for us.
It's a shame a lot of veterans feel betrayed. They feel like their country abandoned them. Like Kingston said, they came home from Nam and they were spit on. I mean, you don't have to agree with war. You know, the funniest thing, one of the funniest thing that cracks me up is when you see all these people on the internet, especially all these left-leaning people talking about LGBTQ, vote for Palestine, screw Israel. And then if they went there and they went under a Muslim regime like that, or somebody needs to ask that guy running in New York, this guy who thinks he's going to be Mr. Socialist, government-run stores. Look, you can not like the way our country does certain things. And the greatest thing about this country is we do have a voice and we're able to, disagree. But the thing is, you can't sit there and run your mouth and lie about, what's taking place. Don't act like these people over there are really going to accept you. No, the resistance, everybody thinks it's the resistance on the left. Oh, the right doesn't know nothing. You're entitled to think that. But common sense and idiocracy is not really a Republican or Democrat thing. It's a people thing. So I don't believe that if you have an R in front of your name or a D, that enhances your reputation at all. So, whatever you guys want to do. But just know this. I do this even for Make-A-Wish because I'm trying to pay good vibes forward because I believe that's what you're supposed to do in life. To be judgmental, to be arrogant, to look at everything in life like it's a failure, it's not worth it, it's this and that. That's hesitation. And that's, some of the reasons why a lot of these vets cannot get the care that they need because they feel the same way. Like, oh, it's not going to help anything. That's just not it's a shame, man, and it's sad. Yeah, I would like to get away. Kingston, man, that'd be great. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. Tanner. Good for you, brother. Good for you. Yeah, you don't get that time back.
And other veterans, I'm not going to take all the credit because I don't deserve credit at all. Soldiers Angels, they're volunteers.
It's another thing. All these veterans, man, they never take credit. They pass it forward to somebody else. That's respectful.
They deserve the credit because they're out there hustling and filling our bellies, in which it's a good feeling. If you have a chance to volunteer and get in there, do your part, jump on the opportunity because Soldiers Angels goes out of the way and beyond. And they're a good organization. They don't give up on the soldiers. They don't give up on the veterans. So Soldiers Angels, I hope, will last forever.
That's pretty good, man. That to me, that's heartwarming, heart-wrenching. And like I said, man, we have to do more as a whole. Be kind to people. Be good. Be a person who wants to leave a positive impact. Let your kids and everybody say, like with my father's funeral, my mother's funeral, everybody praise them for what they did for others and who they were and how people loved them. And some of the stuff I didn't even know that they did, man. I didn't even know that they did some of the things to help other people. But, that's what life's about. You pay things forward, man. Like the military was, just people going to serve this country to defend, knowing they might not come home, knowing they might never be right again, but not making it about them, about other people. And that's what this channel is all about. Trying to help others and leave a good message. So with that being said, I thank everybody for stopping by. Hit that like, subscribe, share button if you want. We're at $75 right now. I'll be doing the drive up until thank you, brother. I'll be doing this till July 5th. And I'll be back Wednesday, definitely. I just have a lot going on this week, but the morning routine. I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, then Friday. I'm going to try to get back every day, as more as I can. And I do appreciate everybody who supports this channel and stands near, stands by, and all the watchers who haven't even subscribed, man. But, the veterans are a big part of why I got into the MC world too, because so many veterans that I know, 1%ers, no percenters, are veterans. And the way that just the knowledge that you get from being around these guys, the stuff that you learn is amazing. And thanks to all the soldiers out there, man. My hat goes off. Thank you, and God bless. Don't forget, Mike Ball's on at 11 o'clock. My man, good dude, Mike. Hopefully, Mike, we can get together this week because I really have a couple questions. I'll text you sometime during the week. But to everybody else, man, yeah, see him at Mike Ball's 11 o'clock. Thank you, Kingston. Love you too, brother Mike. Brother Mike, I like that, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Rabbits, SNS, thank you for your service, brother. Yeah, I know. Well, I think Trump brought a lot of that to light. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's good to see. Like, this is what now I'm going to talk about Mike Ball again too, one more time, because this guy doesn't have to be here, and he knows everything I've been through, going through, losing parents. So it's hard for me. Stuff's still going on. This is all new, fresh. But to see support like that, somebody still coming around, giving you encouragement, having your back, being in your chat, Mike, that means a lot to me. And all the guys who came with you and gals, that means a lot, man. It really does, brother. You're a good dude, man, and I appreciate you being a real good friend, man. And whoever, if you guys been living under a rock, you haven't been to Mike Ball's channel, Insane Wheels, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but get over to his channel and support him. I mean, he definitely has a bigger channel than me, but that's what I love. He's humble, this guy. He comes, visits the channel where he could be on a lot of other bigger platforms, but that means a lot. That shows you that it's not about bullshit, man. It's real substance and real good dudes, and that's what I like to be around. So thank you for that, Mike Ball. And yeah, definitely. And Kingston, I'll call you later on. Everybody stay blessed, not stressed. Let God handle the rest, man. And be the best version of yourself. That necessarily doesn't mean you got to be a jerk off to people. Doesn't mean you got to put on a tough guy act. And if you see a veteran on the street, this is what I do. Thank you for your service. You might not get a response, but it doesn't matter. I don't think they're looking for any praise, but it's good to hear it. They need to know that we have their back. Yes, he is, man. I appreciate all you guys. Have a blessed morning. Mike Ball Show, 11 o'clock. I'll see you Wednesday. God bless, guys. Be kind. Doesn't cost anything.